One of the country's most groundbreaking distance learning master's degree programs can be found at Hunter College of the City University of New York, Hunter. The Hunter Rehabilitation Teaching and Orientation and Mobility Master's Degree Program, RT and O&M, is located in exciting Midtown Manhattan, but through the use of high-speed internet access, web cameras, and file-sharing courseware, Hunter's distance learning programs are available to qualified students living anywhere in the U.S.
Vision rehab is really teaching somebody to be more independent, or as independent as possible, in activities of daily life. Things like that people do every day that they take for granted until they have a vision loss or a total vision loss.
Most people, when they think of blind people, they think someone's totally blind. But the majority of people that we work with have some degree of vision. That vision can be compromised in a variety of ways. It can be cloudy, it could be limited, it could be little spots.
Vision rehab is really techniques that there's equipment that can help you do those things more independently rather than having to rely on family or friends. Mobility is teaching somebody to travel as safely as possible indoors and outdoors, whether just walking or using public transportation like bus and subway.
What we as orientation and mobility specialists do is we teach them through a series of successes with some very basic, practical, useful techniques that this isn't the case. They experience the freedom of movement, the safety. They're not worried that they're going to get lost and get hurt anymore because they can do.
Hunter College of the City University of New York has been offering master's degree programs in teacher of learners with visual impairments for more than 50 years. In the 90s, we were able to add the master's degree program in rehabilitation teaching and the advanced certificate in orientation and mobility. In addition to providing this training, we really concentrate our efforts in improving both research and advocacy for the field.
In the school systems, we are teaching children who are blind and visually impaired orientation and mobility skills to prepare them for adult living regardless of what level.
My research has shown that the earlier children with visual impairments obtain O&M instruction that allows them to visit their friends, age appropriately, travel to school independently, the more likely they are as adults to be employed.
A kid that's visually impaired is just like everyone else, and they want to do everything that their peers are doing. So this is our job. We're going in and we're helping our kids attain that independence and travel to school on their own or move around the building independently, to participate in activities to the full extent of their ability without letting their vision be a handicapping condition for them.
Vision rehabilitation therapy, VRT, and orientation mobility, O&M, are fields that are experiencing critical shortages of qualified professionals.
This is a field unlike other fields where there is a huge need. And so, especially with baby boomer generation getting older, a lot of older people are losing vision due to age-related reasons, so the need is just going to increase.
In 2007, the American Academy of Ophthalmology identified age-related vision loss as the second most common disability among middle-aged and older adults. The American Foundation for the Blind says that more than 20 million Americans have significant vision loss. 6.2 million of those are more than 65 years old.
My father had lost his vision later in life, and so I had a personal stake in that, and I always felt that he would have, his life would have been a lot better if he had received services like that.
I was working at a nursing home, and we were having a lot of clients come in who were visually impaired, where since I can't get services for my clients because they're in a nursing home, I'll be the one that goes and does it. So I went back to school, and the nice thing about the Hunter program was that between work and the program, they were very accommodating.
It was something that one could do in place because it was the distance learning that allowed you to continue with your regular job while you were doing the classwork.
One of the reasons I love my job is because it is flexible enough for me as a mom, and I have 3 kids, all teenagers, for me to have the flexibility to say, you know what, today I can only work X amount of hours, but tomorrow I can work a lot more hours, because, so it's the flexibility. I love it.
I think the best part of Hunter's program is its deep and abiding understanding of the needs of people who are blind and visually impaired, and that is communicated through the curriculum.
I chose Hunter because they had a program preparing me to work in the field that I liked anyway. Blind rehabilitation is something, as someone who is personally visually impaired, I know about and have experience with, and I understand the importance of it. And the Hunter program allowed me to continue on working in that kind of capacity.
As soon as I graduated, I had numerous calls from different agencies wanting to recruit me for vision rehab training.
Prior to my internship ending, I was offered a position for the outreach part of it, as well as the O&M and the rehab part of it. So I was very lucky. No problems there.
I would definitely encourage other occupational therapists to become part of the Hunter program, because this gives you the extra tool that is needed to address the visually impaired patients within your pool of patients.
I appreciated the fact that they have a substantial financial aid package. Essentially, it's a free program. So, there's no economic burden or anything like that.
There's actually a tremendous growth opportunity for me going through the Hunter program. I would never be at my level now if it wasn't for the program.
I came to Hunter and I have never looked back. It was the best decision I've made.
I really learned a lot.
The teaching becomes more exciting as you go on. The more experience you get, the more ideas you develop in order to teach. The beauty of this is when that happens, when there's a breakthrough and the student beams that I never dreamed that I could do something like this, and they do it, and that's the ultimate reward in doing this job.
The Hunter College Programs in Blindness and Visual Impairment is looking for individuals seeking a rewarding career. Applicants must meet Hunter graduate admissions eligibility guidelines, including an undergraduate GPA of 2.8 or better from an accredited institution, or a master's GPA of 3.3 or higher. Applicants for the Advanced Certificate in O&M must either have certification in Teacher of Learners with Visual Impairment or a master's degree in Vision Rehabilitation Therapy. Scholarships are available. Free tuition and stipends are awarded on a competitive basis.